Now, since I was a bit more technical on the overall build quality when I was doing my hands-on comparison video between this new Flip 3 against the previous Flip, I'm just going to quickly break down on how it was using the phone daily. Now, one of the biggest improvements is that the overall finish of the phone, because just like the Z Fold 3, I don't have to worry about the phone falling off from my hands. And trust me guys, for the previous Flip, there were many moments where I was always at the edge of dropping the phone as soon as I took it out from my pocket. And being the kind of guy who always carries two phones with me, the previous Flip wasn't something that I could just chuck it and take it out from my pocket when I need it, as I always needed to slowly take it out with two hands and opening the phone because I have that anxiety of it dropping down. And because of this matte finish on the Flip 3's frame, although it has a glossy finish on this cream color version, the phone felt very nice and grippy. And although I never dropped the phone while using it, but if I do, I will know that the Corning Gorilla Glass Victus protection at the back will give me that sort of peace of mind. And speaking of finishes, Samsung has embraced the trendy lifestyle factor of the phone by introducing their very own cool and hip accessories for the Flip 3, like the silicone with a ring or even a strap with plenty of colors for you guys to choose from. Then there's also clear covers with a ring, a leather cover, and also the Aramid case. So yes, this could actually give you better customization for the look of the Flip instead of only choosing the 7 colors available for the Flip 3. I would like to know which colors out of these 7 colors would you guys go for. Now, looking at the displays on the Z Flip 3, a really huge improvement came in the form of the cover display, where once folded, the cover display is at 4 times larger at 1.9 inches compared to a tiny little 1.1 inches on the previous generation. And here's where I'm going to take a little more time to give you more insight into this screen, because if you don't know how useful this is, it might be just a regular phone depending on how you use the screen. Now, by default, the screen looks like it is a part of a black tone finish of the phone, which was kind of nice. And to activate the screen, you just need to double tap, and here's where you'll see the day, time and date with a cute little animation depending on the clock widget that you choose. And when you touch and hold the screen over here at the home screen, you can easily change it or even customize it to your own, but I've chosen to one of the default ones available. And from the home screen, if you swipe towards the left, it will show all the notifications received. But if you like to reply to those messages or just look further, it will prompt you to open the phone and have a further continuity over on the inside. Then swiping towards the right brings you to the default widgets like the calendar, weather, music, the next alarm, and timer, where you can also add in more widgets, which at this current point of time, there are not many available, so hopefully there will be more available widgets for this cover screen. Now, among all my personal favorites is the ability to actually use the cover screen as your camera's viewfinder, and this could be activated simply by pressing the power button twice. And here's where you can scroll through either to use the viewfinder style to take photos and also videos if you scroll left to right, and you can also change the lenses accordingly by swiping up or down. Now, the common complaint that some reviewers was making about the whole aspect ratio when using this cover screen as a viewfinder is how it is in square and you can't adjust it. Well, to be honest guys, I am actually very fond of this aspect ratio, and I also love how you can activate the screen when someone else is taking your picture, so you can actually have a preview of yourself to adjust the angle accordingly instead of hoping to God that the person took a good shot of you. Now, one thing to note is the fact that this cover screen might not be as visible during harsh sunlight, so keep that in mind. So yes guys, just using this screen alone is a huge and a proper justification on how much that the phone is not just a foldable phone, as it gives more versatility for people who loves to vlog or even create high quality and versatile shots. Next, let's talk about the unfolding screen on the inside. It has a 6.7-inch dynamic AMOLED 2x display, which has the same display technology of its elder sibling, the Z Fold 3, with a resolution of 1080 by 2640 pixels, and on top of that, it also comes with a high adaptive 120Hz refresh rate. So yes, there is a definite screen improvements compared to the previous iteration. Now the screen quality is like the phone is painted with this kind of colors, with amazing color accuracy, especially when it comes to watching videos. And yes, I also tend to watch YouTube videos on this flex mode as well, since it's something that I've been very used to on the Z Fold 2 and now just recently on the Z Fold 3. And finally, on the screen, there is a new screen protector which apparently is more scratch resistant, which is great to know because the previous Flip does have some scuff and scratches. So let's see how this new screen protector holds up when using the phone for a really long time. Now in terms of the cameras, there is a 2-camera setup on the rear, a 12MP f1.8 main lens down below, and a 12MP f2.2 ultra-wide angle lens right on top. And the selfie camera on the inside is a 10MP f2.4 aperture camera. And once again, based on my test shots, Samsung proves that a high megapixel is not all that matters. Camera can record up to 4K 60 frames per second, and because of this small form factor, it makes recording videos on the phone really easy with amazing gimbal-like stabilization as well. So with this, do y'all think that the camera performed great with this 12MP, 12MP and 10MP? For me, it performed flawlessly. Now as for the phone speakers, the Flip 3 comes with stereo speakers and the placement are at the bottom of the phone and also at the earpiece area. Now I was very surprised of how great the speakers were on the phone, especially with this small form factor. The loudness levels were good with great audio separation, and where it performed very well is at the lower mids to the high.